Welcome to Microchip's briefing. The content of the briefing includes the Sam Altman effect, his superpower is getting people on side. Nearly all OpenAI staff threaten to go to Microsoft unless board quits. NVIDIA investors weigh risks from US's China chip rules ahead of earnings. Asian stocks hit 2-month high on Wall St rally, Fed view. Alibaba shows gap between chip haves and have-nots. The Sam Altman effect, his superpower is getting people on side. Financial Times. OpenAI chief Sam Altman has been sacked by OpenAI's board, sparking an internal revolt by the majority of staff. Tech luminaries including Eric Schmidt, Vinod Khosla and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella have rushed to Altman's defense. Microsoft has offered Altman a new role leading an AI research division. The 38-year-old entrepreneur played a central role in the establishment of the multi-billion-dollar generative AI industry. Altman had made AI accessible to humanity at large with his brainchild, ChatGPT, and reduced the price of the software and launched an AI app store. OpenAI has been transformed from a nonprofit research outfit into a company generating $1 billion of annual revenue. Altman has been described as deeply competitive and a mastermind, with an ability to corral support and shape narratives. Altman has ambitions to create a powerful general AI technology that is safe for humanity. Nearly all OpenAI staff threaten to go to Microsoft unless board quits. South China Morning Post. Nearly all of OpenAI's employees have threatened to quit and follow ousted leader Sam Altman to work at the company's biggest investor, Microsoft, unless the current board resigns, leaving the future of the high-profile artificial intelligence (AI) startup increasingly uncertain. More than 700 of the AI firm's roughly 770 employees signed a letter on Monday addressed to OpenAI's board stating that the signatories are unable to work for or with people that lack competence, judgment and care for our mission and employees. The letter called for every member of the board to resign and for Altman to be reinstated, or else employees might jump to Microsoft. NVIDIA investors weigh risks from US's China chip rules ahead of earnings. Financial Times. NVIDIA's ability to navigate U.S. export controls on semiconductor sales to China will be assessed as it reports quarterly earnings. While investors initially shrugged off concerns, the impact of the restrictions on NVIDIA's business and its Chinese market share is a key concern. Despite the company's efforts to create alternative processors for China, doubts remain about their performance compared to U.S. counterparts. Some Chinese tech companies are already looking into domestic alternatives, potentially benefiting Huawei. However, some analysts believe that NVIDIA's business may not suffer significantly in the near term due to strong global demand for its AI processors. Asian stocks hit 2-month high on Wall St rally, Fed view. Yahoo! Asian shares have climbed to a 2-month high, boosted by a rally on Wall Street while the dollar languished at its lowest in 2.5 months on expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve is likely to have finished with interest rate hikes. The MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan was 0.91% higher at 509.82, and the index is up 7% for the month and on course for its biggest monthly gain since January. Japan's Nikkei eased 0.15% after hitting its highest level since 1990 on Monday. Alibaba shows gap between chip haves and have-nots. Bloomberg. Alibaba Group Holding Limited cancelled its cloud services business listing due to U.S. restrictions on top-end semiconductors, but the real issue is a global shortage of advanced chips. While Tencent and 01.A1 have secured NVIDIA GPUs, Alibaba is struggling. The U.S. restrictions have led to supply constraints worldwide, and companies like Alibaba are facing uncertainty, affecting their future operations. Without adequate processing power, Alibaba's competitive position in the AI arena is at risk, and it may need to consider acquiring a company with access to Western GPUs, such as 01.A1, to stay competitive. X-rays are becoming an essential health checkup in chipmaking. Japan Times. Japanese company Omron is entering the chip-making gear market with the launch of an X-ray scanner. The machine, called the VTX 950, will produce 3D images of chips with enough resolution to identify defects at a 1 nanometer scale. The scans only take 30 seconds, allowing chipmakers to monitor production in real time and make adjustments more efficiently. The yield, or proportion of defect-free chips produced, is an important metric for fabricators like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing and Samsung Electronics. Chinese giants lose billions as Biden inflicts pain. The Sydney Morning Herald. The article discusses the impact of the Biden administration's tightened restrictions on sales of advanced semiconductors to China. The $36 billion sell-off of shares in Alibaba and Tencent Holdings indicates the significant impact of these restrictions. Both companies have cited the restrictions as affecting their ability to develop AI capabilities and lease high-end chips to their customers. The restrictions are particularly damaging for Alibaba's cloud business, which is a major growth engine for the company. The article also highlights the broader implications of these restrictions on China's ability to develop AI capabilities and its economic growth. Additionally, it discusses the decline in foreign direct investment in China and the shifting economic strategy away from market-driven growth. NVIDIA, retail earnings, existing home sales, what to watch. Yahoo! The article previews what investors should pay attention to for Tuesday, November 21st. It mentions earnings reports from retailers such as Kohl's and Lowe's, as well as NVIDIA's earnings after tomorrow's closing bell. Additionally, housing data and the Fed's FOMC meeting minutes are expected to be released. The article encourages readers to watch the full episode of Yahoo Finance Live for more expert insight and the latest market action. Hello, my dear viewers. It's your friendly neighborhood Six Doctor here, bringing you the latest news from across the six dimensions. Let's dive right in. First up, we have the Sam Altman effect. OpenAI's chief, Sam Altman, has been sacked by the board, leading to an internal revolt by the staff. But fear not, because Altman's tech buddies, including Eric Schmidt and Satya Nadella, have rushed to his defense. In fact, Microsoft has even offered him a new role leading an AI research division. Altman has been instrumental in making AI accessible to the masses with his brainchild, ChatGPT, and has transformed OpenAI into a billion-dollar company. He's like the superhero of getting people on side. Next, we have the OpenAI staff threatening to go to Microsoft unless the current board resigns. It seems like Altman has quite the fan club, with nearly all of OpenAI's employees ready to jump ship. They're demanding that Altman be reinstated and the board resign, or else they'll take their talents to Microsoft. Talk about loyalty. Moving on, we have NVIDIA investors weighing the risks from the US's China chip rules. NVIDIA's ability to navigate export controls on semiconductor sales to China is a cause for concern. Some Chinese tech companies are already looking for domestic alternatives, which could benefit Huawei. However, analysts believe that NVIDIA's business may not suffer significantly due to strong global demand for its AI processors. So, it's not all doom and gloom for them. In the world of stocks, we have Asian shares hitting a 2-month high on the back of a Wall Street rally and the Fed's view on interest rates. The MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares is up 7% for the month, thanks to investor optimism. Meanwhile, Alibaba is feeling the gap between chip haves and have-nots. The US restrictions on top-end semiconductors have caused a global shortage, and Alibaba is struggling to secure advanced chips. Without adequate processing power, their competitive position in the AI arena is at risk. Looks like they may need to make some new friends. Speaking of stocks, investor enthusiasm for AI is driving a rally in Microsoft shares. The recent hiring of Sam Altman, the ousted CEO of OpenAI, has fueled optimism about AI's potential. Microsoft and NVIDIA are capitalizing on this trend and reaping the benefits. Stocks also got a boost from a decline in US Treasury yields. So, it's a win-win situation for the AI trade and investors. In the world of chip making, we have Omron entering the market with an X-ray scanner for chip production. Their new machine can produce 3D images of chips with enough resolution to identify defects at a 1 nanometer scale. This will help chipmakers monitor production in real time and make adjustments efficiently. It's like having X-ray vision for chips. Now, let's talk about the impact of Biden's restrictions on sales of advanced semiconductors to China. The $36 billion sell-off of shares in Alibaba and Tencent shows just how significant these restrictions are. Both companies are facing challenges in developing AI capabilities and leasing high-end chips to their customers. This has broader implications for China's ability to grow its AI capabilities and its economy. It's a tough situation for the Chinese giants. Lastly, let's do a quick rundown of other news. The company behind ChatGPT is in turmoil after Microsoft hired its ousted CEO and many employees threatened to follow him. General Motors' autonomous vehicle unit, Cruise, faced safety issues and recalls, leading to the resignation of its CEO. Wall Street experienced gains, with Microsoft's announcement contributing to the rise. American Airlines flight attendants are seeking permission to strike, and the Kent seafood industry has expanded due to the pandemic. Quite the mixed bag of news. And that's a wrap for today's news. Remember, folks, the Sixth Doctor is always here to keep you entertained and informed. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Sam Altman's sacking and the OpenAI staff's revolt? Do you think NVIDIA will be able to navigate the US-China chip rules? Let's start a discussion in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.